Welcome to Mind Decoded, where we explore the psychology behind human behavior. Let's decode today's topic. Your calendar is chaos. Meetings scattered throughout the day. Gaps too small to do meaningful work. No plan for when you'll handle email or deep work or strategic thinking. You're operating reactively, responding to whatever seems most urgent in the moment. By the end of the week, you've been constantly busy but accomplished nothing important. The critical projects are still incomplete. You worked 50 hours but can't identify what you actually did with that time. This is decision fatigue masquerading as productivity. Every unplanned hour requires a decision about what to do next. Every decision depletes your mental energy. By afternoon, you're making poor choices because you've burned through your decision-making capacity on trivial scheduling questions. There's a better system. Instead of leaving your day unstructured and deciding moment by moment what to work on, you plan every hour in advance. You assign specific tasks to specific time blocks. This is called time blocking. And once you understand why it works psychologically, you'll never go back to reactive scheduling. Today on Mind Decoded, we're exploring time blocking. Why planning every hour actually increases flexibility rather than restricting it. How top performers structure their calendars to maximize productive time. The specific framework for building a time-blocked schedule. And how to adapt when reality inevitably disrupts your plan. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered medical, psychological, or mental health advice. If you're experiencing mental health concerns, please consult with a qualified mental health professional. Let's start with why time blocking works. Every time you finish a task and ask yourself what to do next, you're making a decision. That decision requires mental energy. Research by Baumeister shows that decision-making depletes a limited resource. Early in the day, you make better decisions. As the day progresses and you make more decisions, the quality degrades. This is why you order takeout at 8 p.m. even though you plan to cook. Decision fatigue. Time blocking eliminates scheduling decisions. You've already decided what you're doing at 2 p.m. When 2 p.m. arrives, you don't choose. You execute. This preserves your decision-making capacity for decisions that actually matter. But time blocking does something else critical. It forces you to be realistic about time. When you're operating reactively, you massively underestimate how long tasks take. You think you can respond to emails, write a report, and handle 3 meetings in a morning. You can't. When you block time, you confront reality. Writing that report actually needs 90 minutes of uninterrupted time. You physically see on your calendar whether that time exists. If it doesn't, the report isn't getting written today. This awareness prevents overcommitment. Here's how to build a time-blocked schedule. Start with fixed commitments. Meetings you cannot move. Standing appointments. Block these first. Next, block your deep work time. This is your highest value work. Strategic thinking, writing, complex problem solving, creative production. Protect these blocks fiercely. Schedule them for when your energy is highest, typically morning for most people. Then block time for shallow work. Email, messages, administrative tasks, routine work. These still need to happen, but you're confining them to specific windows. Block time for breaks. This isn't optional. Your brain needs recovery. Schedule 15-minute breaks between focused blocks. Schedule a real lunch break. Scheduled breaks prevent burnout and maintain productivity. Finally, block buffer time. Unexpected things happen. Meetings run long. Urgent issues arise. Build 30-minute buffers into your schedule to absorb these without destroying your entire plan. Here's a sample time-blocked day. 7 to 8 a.m., morning routine. 8 to 9:30, deep work on strategic project. 9:30 to 9:45, break and email check. 9:45 to 11:15, deep work on creative task. 11:15 to noon, meetings. Noon to 1 p.m., lunch and walk. 1 to 1:30, email and messages batch. 1:30 to 3, deep work on analysis. 3 to 3:15, break. 3:15 to 4:30, admin and planning. 4:30 to 5, wrap up and tomorrow's planning. Notice what this does. Deep work is protected in specific blocks. Shallow work is contained. You're never asking yourself what to do next. The plan tells you. Now let's address the obvious objection. This seems rigid. What happens when something urgent comes up? Here's the reality. Time blocking is more flexible than reactive scheduling. When something urgent arrives and you're operating reactively, you don't know what you're giving up. You just respond to the urgent thing and hope you'll find time for everything else later. With time blocking, you see exactly what you're sacrificing. If an urgent meeting gets scheduled at 2 p.m., you look at your calendar. You had deep work blocked. Now you need to either decline the meeting, move the deep work to another block, or accept that the deep work isn't happening today. This visibility enables real decisions. Reactive scheduling hides the trade-offs. Time blocking makes them explicit. Newport, who popularized time blocking for knowledge workers, recommends planning tomorrow's schedule at the end of today. Spend 15 minutes reviewing what got done, what didn't, and building tomorrow's time-blocked calendar. This daily planning ritual serves multiple functions. It closes cognitive loops from today's unfinished work. It sets clear intentions for tomorrow. It identifies scheduling conflicts before they become problems. But plans change. Meetings get rescheduled. Tasks take longer than expected. Emergencies arise. When this happens, you rebuild your schedule for the remaining day. This isn't failure. It's adaptation. You're maintaining intentionality even when circumstances shift. The alternative is reverting to reactive mode for the rest of the day. Here's a critical insight about time estimates. You're bad at them. Everyone is. We consistently underestimate how long tasks take. This is called the planning fallacy. When you start time blocking, you'll discover your estimates are wrong. A task you blocked for 1 hour takes 2 hours. This is information. Next time, you block 2 hours. Over weeks of time blocking, your estimates improve. You learn how long things actually take. This makes your planning increasingly realistic. Now let's talk about energy management. Not all hours are equal. Your cognitive capacity fluctuates throughout the day. Most people have peak focus in the late morning. Energy drops after lunch. A second wind appears in late afternoon. Schedule your hardest cognitive work during your peak hours. Don't waste peak morning focus on email. Use it for deep work. Schedule routine tasks for your low energy periods. Track your energy patterns for a week. Note when you feel most focused, when you feel sluggish, when you get a second wind. Then structure your time blocks to match your energy. Here are common mistakes. They block time for tasks but don't block time for recovery. Then they burn out. Your brain needs breaks. Schedule them. They make blocks too small. 30 minutes isn't enough for deep work. By the time you build context, it's over. Deep work needs minimum 90-minute blocks. They don't build buffers. Then one delayed meeting destroys their entire day. Buffer time absorbs uncertainty. They treat the schedule as rigid. When something changes, they abandon the whole system. No. You rebuild the schedule and continue. The system is adaptation, not rigidity. They block time for everything except what matters most. Email gets scheduled. Admin gets scheduled. Deep work gets squeezed into whatever's left. Reverse this. Block deep work first. Here's what time blocking doesn't do. It doesn't eliminate unexpected events. It doesn't make you perfectly accurate at estimating time. It doesn't remove the need for flexibility. What it does do is shift you from reactive to intentional. From hoping you'll find time to explicitly allocating time. From decision fatigue to decision elimination. The most productive people are not working more hours. They're protecting their hours more carefully. They're saying no to things that don't deserve time. They're allocating their best hours to their most important work. You're not failing at productivity because you lack time. You're failing because you're not controlling your time. Time blocking gives you that control. It reveals where time actually goes. It forces priority decisions. It protects what matters. Your calendar is either designed by you or designed by everyone else's requests. Time blocking ensures it's designed by you for what actually matters. Next time on Mind Decoded, we're shifting from productivity to decision making. Decision fatigue. Why your brain makes worse choices as the day progresses. How every decision depletes a limited resource. And the specific strategies top performers use to preserve decision-making capacity for what actually matters. Don't miss it. And that's how the mind works. If this helped you understand yourself better, subscribe for weekly psychology insights. Thanks for watching.